What are you? 6'5". 34, 37. Never what I want. What are you? Oh, you're 165. Shock horror. Oh, hello, people. Whoops. Oh, good thing I wasn't picking my nose again. Rightio. Time to put on the professional face, so I don't look like some 15-year-olds running around being idiots. Alright. We're just finishing up a USB port transfer. I'm just going to start moving all the little discrete bits. Hey, Robin, Van der Nine, Kyle, Travis, hey Travis, ITC, Shadak, Unguri, hello, welcome. Hey Donald, Marcel, Nick, Jim, and the person I always forget the name of because their name's in Cyrillic and they tell me every time and I forget every second time. I do apologise. I'm not a very good person for that. Hey Bedbug, Apple Howe, and Nick, Ratmole, and Pabo. Anyway, so I finally cleared out all those damn ports. I broke 2 drill bits and everything. It was a nightmare. Not something I want to do again in a hurry. Person who sent this board to me is probably laughing their head off. But this is the way it goes. Some jobs you win, a lot of jobs you lose. 3X, been a while. How you been, 3X? Where have you been? Andrew Hurst, Masera, Parapa. I just got to bend my portal tweezers back. I'm very upset that I bent these. Because they're good tweezers and I abused them. Right. I'm just going to get these jobs done. Not now, tonight, because I have to make a trip down to Townsville to dispatch them through the mail service since I missed today's schedule. And I just realised that I've got the wrong hot air station nozzle. Dear Quick, please find a better way of attaching nozzles, because this is really just... It's like living in the Middle Ages. Everything else about the Quick is totally acceptable, except maybe the up-down step digital adjustments. Rotary encoders would be a far smarter option on that. But I guess we can't have everything. But the tips, come on, that was a real botch up. Should have been a much better way of doing that. Hey Sodderbridge, hey Ed, hey Andrew. Alright, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to basically wipe off a lot of these bits because they're complete and utter crap. And we're going to get a lot of vibration in the board, so I apologise in advance. There's basically not much I can do. It's just the way it goes. Now, essentially I'm going to replace pretty much all of these. Even that filter pack, because more than likely it's damaged. And if it's not, well, that's marvellous, but I'm not going to risk it. Okay, I'm kind of risking a burn if it's going to drop back a bit. No, I'm so paranoid about this job at the moment. Hey Jeff P, welcome. So everybody will be starting their Monday while I'm finishing up mine. You're all in for a treat. Ah, you mangy son of a... Yeah, that is not a good job. I need to have like a supply of sheet metal for my... Hey, why have you turned off? I didn't say you could turn off. Ah, damn you. I'm just going to check to see if a laptop that I fixed earlier is behaving. %. Good enough for now. Seriously, Paul. Titanium hash has been a while. Yeah, bit chaotic, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really having the best of time right now, but you know, plenty of people got it far worse than me, so I'm just gonna shut my gob, so to speak, and get on with the job. It's camera's not flippin' working. Alrighty. Microscope. Let's see if this camera works now. I guess they are Nipex. Yep. They're Nipex. What are these ones? 7861 125. Whatever they are. Alright, I was going to hot air these things, but I'm just going to actually hot let them instead. Oh shoot. See what I mean by today I'm just not having the ideal of days. I just seem to be crash coursing on everything. Nothing seems to be getting hot where it needs to get hot, and everything else is getting hot where it's not supposed to get hot. My soldering iron's on way too high a temperature. Alright, we're back to 389 now, which is a far more responsible temperature. I had it at 420 because I was trying to pump out bits and pieces out of those holes. And those are really reluctant to come off, that stuff. The ground plane is just so big. Yeah, Monday. And this is basically telling me that I am going to have to hot air it if I want any chance of getting anywhere tonight. So I'm rather disinclined to hot air in this area. I guess you sometimes got to do what you got to do. One filter pack. I know you're probably okay, but you really need to come off. The reason why the filter packs generally have to come off is because they are just compressed ferrite material, and subsequently when they get a comparatively severe shock, they have a really nasty tendency of cracking in a way that you can't see, and then eventually you find out later when you get intermittent USB issues, and yeah, you just go a little bit insane because of that. Oh, lucky chaps getting Monday off. I hope you enjoy it. Is that a big cap that I don't have there? No, it's a filter. Huh. Shock horror, vertical board view again. It's funny when you get mocked about something, you start to realise that you actually, maybe it happens more often than you think. Doesn't matter if I destroy this. This is why I'm putting the filter, the little parts on now, rather than after I've put the USB on. Hey Nelson. Let's get that little diode. It's not super critical if the diode gets lost or falls off or anything like that, but it's good to have it there. It is your protection. No, I got the lyric, I just didn't react to it. Do apologise. Okay, so we need those two diodes as well. I don't feel like there's enough solder on those pads closest to me. Talk about getting pedantic. Yes, I am aware there's a vibration in the image. It's from the extractor. I will be revamping this office quite a bit. I've already started. I've got new shelvings for the job boxes put in. Clearing up room so I can redo this whole workbench. Get the filter system so it's decoupled from the desk again, and I'll be moving the screens around. I'm not really happy with how they are. I thought they'd be good directly in front of me, but they're just not. Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much for the $14.99. Really appreciate that. That'll certainly get me up and running. Okay, so we need the top one closest to the shield here. Hey Steve K. I'm going to get in trouble because the person who sent this board in did ask me to let them know if I was going to be doing a stream, and I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to because I've just got a bunch of boring stuff to do. And I've kind of run out of time in a funny kind of way, so I've had to quickly do this. Because it's not really how I planned the evening to go. Sweet mercy, I just burnt the dillies out of the palm of my hand. And you little SOB, you just put solder down there, didn't ya? Didn't ya? That's okay. Alright, I think we're set to rock and roll. I think. See how much meltage we created. Yeah, no meltage. Thank goodness for that. Thank you very much for that, Nick. I know I've said it before, but I'm saying it again. Thank you. Alrighty. Comes the fun part. Tacking in this damn thing. I'm trying to be real gentle about how I'm doing this because I don't want to push the port out of alignment. Poor thing's already had such a rough life. What happened here? Oh man. I think I'm just going to throw up on this one. Hey Baltic, English Hedgehog. This is definitely not my best work by any measure. What I'm waiting for when I put the solder in is you'll see it just sinks down usually. Oh yeah. So you put the solder in, it's a bit of a bubble up the top, and then it should, when the heat gets through to the other side. Nah, probably not enough flux. Great. As soon as I start talking about it, it starts to not do it anymore. How truly typical. Mind you, that one is aground. So is this one? These are actually pretty hard to get to sink in. The soldering tip doesn't really have the power. And obviously I'm not really willing to put the hot air onto it. I'm gonna have to absorb a fair bit of these after. Ah, come on. Sit and wait a bit. Oh. I may have to come back to these and use the hot air at about 250 just to give it that little bit of a boost. Because these are not sinking down. And if they're not sinking down, it means the solder's not really grabbing onto the pins that are down there. But Sonia's in here. Hello, Sonia. Yeah, I think we're going to go with a 250 assist. So it won't really wrist melt in the plastic, but it will just help the board not suck away all the heat from the iron. Yeah, it's much better now. It's interesting that is actually melting at 250. Okay. Oh, Farnell, is there any time in the universe where you are not out and about trying to kill CPUs? Oh, really, it's like, hey, there's an L. Is he killing a CPU today? Right, yeah, I need my 1466 container. Yeah, I think we're all glad that Erica's back. So glad. Okay. And an Air 15... What? Oh, an Air and an A1502. Both dead. Ah, shame. Oh, was that the one that Tim was mocking you about? He was going on about debt repaid. Sounds about right to me. Alright, where's my do not scratch pad? Who knows if this is going to work or if it's just going to go... Well, we know Farnell's here, so there's trouble abound. To be fair, I didn't even check this originally if it even had a CPU boot. So that was a bit foolish of me. I got too excited on the day that these arrived and just jumped straight in without verifying what I was dealing with. Amateur. Okay. Okay. 165, we're going to shove MRI in it anyway, see if it even boots. Steal that. Green light. Half amp, no fan spin. Oh, that sucks. $700 milliamp, no fan spin? Seriously? I've probably got a short around the USB area. I have a feeling what might have happened is when the port got torn out, it splintered some of the tracks there. 18 volts. I got 18 watts basically going into this thing and nothing happening, so we got ourselves a bit of a short. Ah, come on. Time to take it out. Hopefully I didn't blast my display. That would suck. Because I've only got 2 displays left in my itinerary. Look at this, being organised. Got my mag safes in a box. I know, it's shocking. Hey Roy Brown. If this has got a shortener, we're not going to have to look very far. I mean, 18 watts, it's going to show up. Oh. You're telling me you're working now? Seriously? Did an L go away? Yes, organised, I know, much blasphemy. So, come on, blink. You're blinking, you're alive. Okay. Yeah, it's a brand new thingamajig. Okay. I've got it short around my display. I can't imagine any sort of I mean, it looks god awful, unquestionably. Andrew Hughes. Okay. Fan spin. We'll just see if anything comes up. Give it a little bit. Didn't hold my tongue right. Yeah. It couldn't chime because it didn't. The fan's going flat out there. Not sure I would trust this board, to be honest. Oh look, and I got bugs on the. Get off. Now the MRI does take a long time to boot, so we have to be patient. And Al, you just get them off eBay. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, just get them off eBay. Just look for A1466 extension cable, LVDS extension lead. What I haven't tried them on is whether to see if they work with 1502s or anything like that. Okay, yeah, this is running. So why didn't it work before? That's what I want to know. I feel like I got another fault somewhere. Hey Mick. Hey Jamie Domini. Yeah, the screen changed as well when it what? Okay, well this should have crashed by now, and it has. Good. Someone just messaged me. I better check that in case it's my wife telling me that. No, it wasn't. Sure it worked before, really? It's just I didn't get a fan spin. Unless, of course, I didn't have the fan plugged in properly. We'll try it again, okay? It just seems a little strange that the fan wouldn't spin. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you get to these later nights and you just don't know what to trust anymore. Oh, for flip's sake, get in there. Okay, it's done. Speaker in for bonging. Try again. Hey, I didn't even get a green light now. Oh, I got a fan spin, but I don't get green light. It's a freaking crack up. Okay. Alright, now we got a fan spin. Oh. Maybe I just didn't plug in something properly. Entirely possible. There goes the bong. So. Yeah. Clearly I messed up somewhere. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the shelving that I got for my jobs. So we got big man. Let's see if this works. Okay, I had the local carpenters. It's a bit hard to see, but all those large containers sticking out of the shelving there, that's just all the job boxes. And so it's easy enough for me to just put the job into each container, and then I can slide it out and check what's in it, and then when I'm done with the job I can just put the lid back on and take it back to the reception room and pack it away. Alright, so that's crashed, so that's right. Okay. Nice thing is it didn't really cost me that much to get those done. Next step, we have to actually check to see if the USB port works. The one that we replaced, of course. So we're going to put the MRI in there and hope we don't have a kablammy event, because kablammy is not so fun. Okay, spin. Yeah, lethal one, but it's space coming out of the wall, and I don't really use that whole section that you just saw where those containers are. That's more just my storage holding area. I mean, yeah, you can do it. I mean, obviously in the situation that you've got at Rossman there, you guys are really packed for space, so you need to minimize right down to things. But the problem I always thought with the way I see them stacked up with what you guys have got is the issue of maybe losing bits and pieces, but in your case you've probably got so many copies of those bits and pieces that it's not going to matter. Okay, so we're booting from the USB port. Thank goodness for that. Looks far too organised, you never find what you want now. Yeah, that's always a risk, isn't it? Oh, believe me, my workshop's looking like a bomb aftermath right now. I mean, it's a little bit messy too, because one of the biggest problems I have here is getting rubbish out. So like I'll get machines in, jobs in, and unpack them and things like that, and I have a bad habit of leaving the boxes and the packing material and all that in here, and it just piles up until we're too late. Okay, so that's good. We'll try something else now. I'm just going to keep testing this USB port. Let's see. We'll test the board. Since it seems like the board is not going to destroy my drive, I hope. Then again, it is a Samsung drive, so no great loss. I've lost several bits and pieces, including the solid state drive. Oh hell. That would give me serious cold sweat, I know. Serious cold sweat. That's why whenever I take a drive out, I usually label it, stick it into the box there. Okay. I don't know if this solid state drive is going to boot on this machine. I would have thought it should, but we'll see. Great. I don't understand this. Alright. Well, we'll plug High Sierra in and see if it can actually see the drive. Gregory, good point. Yeah, I should just hold down the Option key. In fact, I like Gregory's idea better. Thank you, Gregory, for reminding me of the things I should know. Yeah, I'm holding it down now. Nope, it does not see the drive. But if that drive is formatted with AFS, APFS, it won't show up. I don't know if I've got another drive that I can try. I'll try a couple of others I've got. The fact that this has got 4 X's on it means to me that it's probably dead. And this one says mine, which means it could be mine. Or it could be the person that wrote it's mine. You never know. Let's try this. Damn, another one. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Now this board has come in not with any indication that there's an error with solid state drive, so with the interface. So I'll let it boot High Sierra and see if I can see the drive at least. Hey ZX, good to see you. Yeah, now I've had that a couple of times and I've been very thankful for the fact that I generally video everything that I do, like even the ones that aren't going to live stream or anything. And I can go back and have a look and see what the state was when I opened up the lid. So I had one last week and I was definitely sweating bullets, and then I checked the video and thankfully when I opened the lid I could see that there wasn't a drive in there, so I was like, yes, thank you. But yeah, no, that's why at this point I prefer to have the extra space used up for that sort of container system, so at least I can try and minimize the number of mistakes that I make. Come on, boot already. What's a man got to do to get things to boot faster? I've got a 2 terabyte video drive. That covers me for about a month or two, which is good. I probably should go a little bit longer. I would prefer 3 to 6 months because it's not unusual for job claims or other things to happen that much, that sort of period of time afterwards. Okay, what is going on with this? It's like it... Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It's like it's sleeping in a way that, like if I shut the lid, I normally expect the MacBooks, when I flip the lid back open, to straight away come up. But this one sort of... It's like it's hibernating or something. Ew, we've got graphics issues. I think. As I move the mouse over, it goes greyish. Plugging a battery will help. Oh, yeah, a bit late for that now. On my storage network though, for all my other stuff, I've got for all the backups and data recovery things, there's about 12 terabytes in total. I've got a 8 terabyte and then a couple of 2s. It actually looks like it's more because I've also got a 4 terabyte, 16 terabytes. Mostly I'll work off the 8 terabyte. Hey Warren. This is booting into guest mode at the moment. Surrounded by slow booting. This is a 14... What are you? 1425, aren't you? Come on, tell everyone what you are. Yep, 1425. That's a little nightmare machine. Little shop of horrors. Makes me laugh when I see a busted solid state on eBay. This is for spares not working. Does anyone buy them? I guess some people buy them in the hope that they're a capacitor short fault. But that would be about it. Later on, this one had a caploded high side, what is it? PV bus current sense. So that was fun. It had a few other issues too. Oh, that's right. And the no, you're wrong. The other error that the 1425s always have is with the bridging cable that goes between the daughter board and the main board. Yeah, it felt good to actually. Oh, what? I mean, what's the point of giving me guest mode if you're not going to let me do anything? Great. Yep, that's a fine guest mode you've got there. You won't even let me quit. Yeah, good luck getting a 1425 battery, that's for sure. Ooh, ooh, ooh. English, I believe. Disk utility. Man, they just need a fast boot version of disk utility. Yep, there it is. Holy crap, it's 250 gigs? Oh, nice. Woohoo! Looks like somebody got lucky. That would be me. It's APFS. That's what. Why is everything I've got here APFS? Give me just Mac OS extended. Thank you. Apply. And this is where you panic and go, hey, is it my drive? And you go, yes, it is my drive. But I can guarantee you that I will still panic about this in 10 minutes' time. Hey Coban, good to see you. Yeah, today was a little rough here as well. I think we hit 41 or something like that. It wasn't too bad, but yeah. Are you shooting me? You're back in guest mode again? How am I supposed to get out of guest mode here? Restart. Okay, done. Let's see. I think what's happening is it's still actually remaining APFS. Why won't you let me install? Or are you just booting, running? Yeah, I don't like this. The graphics on this does funny things. Yeah. And unfortunately I don't have a password for this one. So I can't even boot in to check. It's always annoying when you don't have a password for something. I mean, how are you supposed to check everything? I agree. Please install my 250 gigabyte SSD that I didn't realize I had. I found a 1 terabyte abandoned in the store. Now, you sure it was abandoned, or you just simply couldn't find the original owner, so you assumed it was abandoned? Yeah, there's probably someone's very valuable data on that. Oh well, we know this works. I guess we're going to give this a bit of a run through. But we know it works. We know the solid state works. We haven't checked Wi-Fi or anything. Yeah, I guess I should do that. Oh, bunny frou-frou. Scooping up the field mouse, bumping them on the head. Yeah. Where the heck does that even come from? But yeah, I know that song. I love it how it lies here. It says 2 minutes remaining, but then it changes it. It says, actually, make that 20 minutes remaining. Thank you for your time. Alright. Right, at this stage, I really need to... I need to just cancel this because I just realised I've got to put this through the ultrasonic and everything, and I'm getting tired, and I've got to leave in the morning at about 8:30. So you can just turn off. No one's going to care. Hey there, bud. And I will go and I'll zero that drive on my Linux machine, and then I will try again to put, and likewise this one. Oh no, not that one. That's the 4X one. Likewise that one. And I'll try again to put High Sierra on it, because every time I've done this, I've told it not to use APFS, and yet every time it does use APFS. At first I thought it was because I was putting Mojave on there, but it wasn't that after that. I think they're lying in the sense of they're going, this stage of the process is going to take 2 minutes. And it says, welcome to the next stage. Okay, it's all nicely cleaned off. Where's your serial number? I generally don't like putting these serial numbers through the ultrasonic because of the fact that sometimes you actually need it. So what is this? 1.6 gigahertz, 4 gig RAM. Oh, nice low end stuff, eh? Right, the heat just gets the adhesive. There we go. Come on. So what's this one? This is YAD. Just stick it on my eyepiece. Oh, it smells like bad dishwashing liquid. Where's my protection? So how much of that are you guys getting? Is it terrible? Because you got about 7 minutes of that left. I can see it on the VU meter. Pardon me. What I'd like to do is put it in a I'd like to put it into a old dot matrix printer cabinet, or maybe even at the cheapest worst case scenario get one of those what do you call them, removalist blankets, because they're fairly thick felt type blankets, and you just wrap it around it, cut it out so it's a bit of a bag that fits over the top. It's funny, in spite of the fact that I've got poor hearing, that ultrasonic drives me insane. It just like goes straight through me. I can't filter it out or anything. I can't get used to it. It's horrible. Okay. Let's Should I play best spins? I think they, well, all the ones I've doomed already. Hey, nuts and proud. Still got a minute to go, and that's just for one side. Steve, I agree. We're almost done. We're almost done. No, I'm not going to win this one. Yes, I do miss the headphone port. Almost done. No, I don't have a play channel. I really do not do this at all seriously. I'm only up to... I'm only up to level 700 and... 790 or something like that. So, still very much amateur hour. Okay. Honestly, I start doing fish and chips. Let's give them a bit of a rinse in the water. There's no alcohol in this one. I know some people like to use the alcohol after the water, but I don't bother. Just drain them off best I can. I should create a bit of a drip dry hanging rack. I'm just gonna wipe off a bit of water. See if I've left any huge gobs of flux anywhere. Alright, don't panic, I'm not going to use them like this. I do actually dry them off still more, what do you call it, I've got a heater up the back here. I just want to see the state of the clean. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit shonky. I didn't leave it in there long enough. It's some seriously baked on flux, that's why. That looks all good. There's no little floating snotbergs, really. Let's see, what was this one? See, now that's a snotberg. This was a backlight job. Yeah, it looks pretty clean to me. There was another fault on this around the clock area. And okay, there's a couple of fatbergs there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Yep, that's pretty good going. Okay, so to dry these off, I'll put them on my iPad heater at 110 for about 25 minutes. There you guys see that? No, probably not. There we go. I'll just flip them over around about 12 minutes. You don't have to flip them over, but it doesn't harm to. I do have an oven, but the trouble is the temperature control on the oven is not something I'm satisfied with at the moment. I don't really wish to have the glorious experience of putting a board in there, setting it to 110 or 120, coming back 10 minutes later and find that when you lift the board out, everything falls off it. So it's a little too real a possibility with those pizza ovens, because they do have the capability of getting hot enough to do that. Okay. Hey, James Robson and Vogon's here. Yeah, I'm sure the crest would be better. It's let's see. You can see the oven down here, but I need to make a better temperature controller for it, because it's just got the built-in rotary bimetallic switch one, and they suck. They suckety suck. I put the multimeter on the temperature mode in there, and if I set it to say, or if I set it to anything, it'll vary plus or minus 40 degrees around that, and that's just simply not acceptable. Because what will happen most of the time is you'll set it, say, for 100 one day, and you come back and it's only going up to 60. So you sort of go, tweak it a little bit, and you test it again and it goes up to 160, and it's like, well, that's not acceptable either. So, yeah. So what I have is a temperature-controlled triac switch system, and it will just simply switch it on and off based on I use a PT1000 sensor, not a thermocouple. I use the bottom heater of VGA station for the drying. That works perfectly, yep. I had an easy non-fix. That's funny. Boy, what is the time? Oh, blimey heck, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to be up at stupid hours in the morning, and getting sick of this. But if I want a home, I have to work hard. And working hard is not a guarantee you will be successful, but at least it gives you more tickets in the lottery of a chance to be successful. And that's the important thing, as opposed to not doing anything, in which case you don't get many chances at all. Let's see, what else have I got around here that I need to sort out? Did I check you? No spin, Emerald bits. Fast check. Is this the one I fluxed and boiled the other night? I always forget. Okay, Tom. Thank you very much for watching. You're down in... Whereabouts in Australia are you? Down in Sydney, Melbourne? Since you're an hour ahead of me, so therefore you must be using the antiquated daylight saving system. Oh, I think this is the one that works perfect. We fired it up. Nothing was wrong with it. Well, nothing we could see. Best G3 0.8 volts. It's pretty weird that it would do 0.8 volts on the PV bus. Almost sounds like, mind you, it does have the dreaded 639 white sticker on it, so it's an unknown quantity from Apple. 639, goose drank wine, the monkey chewed tobacco, on the background line. Yep. Good old horrible childhood school songs. Yeah. I'd be stuffed if I know what's wrong with this one, if it does get faulty. With these boards it can be anything, like it could be easily a resistor like that with its pad on the underside corroded out. It really is often something like that. And good luck trying to find it in any reasonable amount of time. Maybe somewhat Lewis takes. He keeps mad hours. Yeah, Lewis is a little more driven than I am in that respect, and I understand why. But yeah, don't think I'll be doing that any time soon. Okay, how's our things going? We're up to 111. The delicious smell of fresh frying fillets of MacBook. Yeah, this little 165 looks like it's seen hell and more. I think this one just needs to go for a deep fry in the ultrasonic, but another day, not today. Oh, it's a free soldable there. I've got to collect them all. Oh, hey, Homer Simpson. Oof. There's a couple of other reasons why Lewis is working flat out like he is, but that's up. Yeah, that's more for him personally. But he has his reasons for sure, and I wish him the best of luck with it. No, right. I think that's it. I need to wrap up. I'm just sort of like rambling. Well, I'm not even rambling. I'm just drifting here. So I think, yeah, close up. Hopefully I can get all these packed away and sent off tomorrow like I'm supposed to. That's the reason I've got to get up early, is because I missed today's postal schedule send out. So I have to basically take all these packages into Townsville to catch up with the postal run. Because being Christmas, everything is slower with deliveries. So you can't really rely on the 2 or 3 day standard delivery times that we're normally used to. So, alright. Okay, well, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Ballarat, I say thank you, Tom George, for letting me know. And I will catch you all maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. But anyway, until then, you all take care. Watch out for the dingoes. Sleep well.